And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym in the Crypto episode 314. Today is Wednesday, January 2nd, I believe. I actually need to check my calendar. I haven't been keeping up with it. But I believe today is Wednesday, January 2nd. I'm King. Bitcoin Zay is gone for the day. He's out on business, but he's here with us in spirit. So for those who saw already yesterday for New Year's Day, we released that 2018 wrap up. You know, we had a lot of good people on there, a lot of good different groups and all that good stuff. We had some fun with it. Unfortunately, it was cut short. It was only cut about 6 minutes, 6 or 7 minutes short. We announced our own Gym in the Crypto Warrior winner as well. I think we were leaving out on like the hacks of the year. So we only had 1 or 2 more categories we were going to announce publicly. But the video got corrupted, it got cut short. Thank you, QuickTime, for that. It's one of the main reasons we love to go live all the time, is because we just don't have to worry about doing all the post-processing and all the editing. So went dead, podcast went dead, but we still got a good 24 of, I think, 32, 33 total minutes. Came out all right. And of course, we had to edit out some of the behind the scenes because we don't know how to act behind the camera. So other than that, what's going on? Antonio, Cornelius, good morning. Shannon Allen, Jizzy Mac, Ariel, Shannon, I don't think I said your name. What's going on? Thanks, Sergeant Crypto, for helping me out with those dates, man. I really needed it. For sure. And then also, you know, we have it up as well. I'll show you toward the end of the show. We put it on the website for that awards list, so you can check that out there. If you haven't listened to it already, we have the full list. It's 18 different categories. It was a fun time talking about them here. Actually, we'll bring them up right now. Let's see. Boom. That is not it. Let's see. Where is that? There we go. So this gives you a little view of what it looks like, the 2018 Gym in the Crypto Awards. Again, you can download the PDF here if you just click the link below. Crypto Warrior of the Year, we had John McAfee. Again, I won't go through everybody. We had the video yesterday, but it gives you a little write-up. Influencer of the Year, Worst Influencer of the Year, Exchange of the Year, Worst Exchange of 2018, Dino of the Year, Crypto Community of 2018, Worst Crypto Community of 2018, Scam of the Year, Crypto Catfish of the Year, Book of the Year, Crypto App of the Year, Best Crypto News Source of 2018, Worst Crypto News Source of the Year, Crypto Business of the Year, Best Crypto Wallet of 2018, Biggest Crypto Bust of 2018, Hack of the Year, and the Gentleman of Crypto Warrior 2018. This is the one I wanted to get to and announce. So we did end up doing this at the end of the video. Again, the video got cut short, but shout out to Leroy Forbes. When we were going through our Crypto Warrior or Gentleman of Crypto Warrior 2018, we were just kind of looking for who responded to the most. And I think Leroy Forbes had like a 30 or 40 day span where he was just like on every video. And as we joked on the video, again, it got cut off, but we were basically just like, Leroy, we would love to know how much total crypto you have from us by next year when it starts to, or by this year when it pumps again, hopefully. But other nominees were Tessa, Alex Daly, Decentralized, Malik, and Sergeant Crypto. And then we also in the video, it got cut, but we gave a special thanks to Alec G, Antonio, CryptoQ, and BTC Pro for all the support since we got started. So thank you for all of that. And of course, there will be cryptic coins to go along as well. What's going on? T Cheek. Hello, hello. Right. Shameless plug. Shannon Allen said cryptic coin lottery for being 1 year in existence happening. I want to let the community know they can win up to 100,000 cryptic coins. Wow, that's a lot. All right, so we'll make sure we get that information and push it out. I know Bitcoins, they were saying something about it, so we'll push it out. All right, without further ado, the top story of the day. Crypto largely usable only by developers, Wall Street Journal says. Oh, man. You know what? And the worst part is I think we actually, let me look at the worst news source of the year. I think we left the Wall Street Journal out of it. I think they might have skated by it, but literally we could have saw this story 2 days ago. I would have loved to have seen it. Let's see. I think they escaped. Oh, yeah. Wall Street Journal escaped the worst news source of the year. But we already have them down tracking for the 2019 awards. It looks like the Wall Street Journal was quoted, or it's quoted statement saying few tangible uses for Bitcoin and its underlying blockchain technology have emerged, according to a Wall Street Journal article published January 1st. They said in 2017, actual crypto development took a backseat to getting rich, which I don't think that's true. I think maybe with the incoming investors that did. But the article also states at the beginning of 2018, the question was whether Bitcoin could live up to the hype of 2017's rally. At the end, they said the answer was no. Again, if you're just thinking about what it's worth in fiat currency, then maybe that's true. But the whole concept of how the Wall Street Journal and some of its contributors, they're looking at it the wrong way. It's not about how much it's worth in fiat money. It's not about how much it's worth in US dollars. It's about how much Bitcoin you actually have. Because when the chips fall and fiat isn't worth as much, or maybe wherever country you're in, you're going through something where your dollar isn't worth anything, then again, it won't be, I can buy 100,000, I can use 100,000 of these worthless dollars to buy one Bitcoin. It won't even matter anymore. No one will want to sell you that one Bitcoin. So I think they're looking at that wrong, as we always say. But it looks like this guy, Andy Bromberg, the founder of CoinList, a platform for running regulatory compliant token sales. And again, he's running a platform for regulatory compliant token sales. This is basically the complete opposite of why we have cryptocurrency and why we have ICOs. So to have this guy as a contributor in the article itself automatically makes the entire article just BS. You know, this is one of those things where, well, this guy is working with the regulators. He's working, you know, basically with a lot of alphabet agencies. And of course, him along the likes of Wall Street Journals and the Goldman Sachs and JP, they're on the same boat. So they're not going to give it to you straight. But it looks like this guy, this Andy Bromberg, was stating that, you know, the next thing, of course, is to turn this technology into products for people to use. Although in the article, he stated that Bitcoin and hundreds of other digital currencies that have popped up over the years are still largely usable only by developers. Again, this is a false statement. Bitcoin and other digital currencies, keyword currencies, could be used by anybody. It's pretty simple actually to set up a wallet. We had the BRD wallet spokesperson on with us before, as well as their social media head. And they basically showed and told everybody how to use it live while we were talking to them. It's not that hard to do. I think it's about a 10, 15 minute setup. Same with Exodus wallet. There's plenty of wallets out there that you can just grab. Again, we actually have an award for the best wallets of 2018. So to use Bitcoin and digital currencies, you can be anywhere. It's not for developers. Now, if you're talking about actually developing apps, which they go more in detail about, then yes, that primarily is being used by developers, but that's for everything. If you want to develop an iOS or an Apple app, the average person does not know how to do that. That's developers doing it. And honestly, they got a lot of this stuff so worked out that there's a lot of third party, like WordPress. You know, WordPress is made so you don't know how, you don't need to know how to do your own HTML or CSS and JavaScript. You can literally just go in and drag and drop. So is cryptocurrency there yet? Are the tokens and projects there yet? You know, they mentioned Ethereum in it. Of course not. I mean, you know, it's still brand new technology, but as far as it only being used by developers, I think they're way off on that one. I mean, at this point, that's almost all technology. The average person can't use it, which is why people are, you know, traditionally scared of new tech. So that was an interesting story, but Wall Street Journal, we definitely have a strike down for you for next year's award already. What's going on, Edwin IT, Green Jehodum? Sergeant Crypto said, I'm so sick of these idiots. Where are they getting their information? Fake pros. Exactly. You know, they actually, here's a pretty interesting part of the story right here. The same story, Wall Street Journal. They said, still the Wall Street Journal admits that new institutional investors could get into the space when BAC will be launched by the Intercontinental Exchange, the operator of the New York Stock Exchange, as Cointelegraph reported. So, again, it's one of those things where they say all this negative stuff, but they're like, but once we launch back, once again, you know, Intercontinental Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, Wall Street Journal, JP Morgan Chase, this guy who's working with regulators, what do they all have in common, right? So as soon as they actually launch this thing, then they're saying, well, you know, once this is launched, you know, institutional investors, they should feel a little bit more comfortable about getting in. I thought you just said everything was only for developers. Make up your mind. Literally in the same article, a paragraph, 2 paragraphs later, you go back on what the entire article is actually about. And then they even finally state, to make it even more of a flip-flop and confuse you, they end the article saying that despite the entry of some of the established Wall Street players, scammers abound, as in there's still a lot of scammers. are you talking about the scammers in cryptocurrency or the scammers in Wall Street? Because again, we talked about this last week where Jamie the Dino Diamond, I mean, this guy has been sued around the world for money laundering. You got HSBC, same thing. Wells Fargo the other day, we talked about them. You know, they created their 5,000 fake accounts, and now they just paid off a 10 or 15 year fine of $520 something million or whatever it was, right? So when you're talking about, you know, despite the industry of Wall Street players, there's still scammers everywhere in the crypto space. And I agree with you, they are, because a lot of the projects are terrible. But it's not even a drop in the bucket. I mean, it's a picogram. For those who watch the UFC, it is literally a picogram of scammers in the cryptocurrency industry, which is basically 1/50 millionth of a piece of salt. So it's a picogram compared to what Wall Street has to offer. So again, stories like this we always find interesting because this is what most of America is going to read, and this is what they're going to defer to. So that is always why when you hear people out in public talking about crypto, you take it with a gram of picogram already, because you know it might not be true. Sergeant Crypto says, guys, a wolf in sheep's clothing. Oh yeah, he's getting his project together. Crypto Q said, in my opinion, everyone should become more familiar with cryptography, even if it's just a basic understanding. Exactly. I think this is what the primary problem is. Not enough people understand why we need cryptocurrency or decentralization in general, those founding principles. So here's a pretty cool story. Fortnite merchandise store starts exclusively accepting Monero as a payment method. The huge game that blew up last summer, I can't believe, or actually 2 summers ago now, July of 2017. Fortnite looks like Retail Row, the merchandise store for that online video game Fortnite, has started exclusively accepting Monero as a cryptocurrency payment option. A lot of people heard about Fortnite from when I was told, because a lot of the kids jumped on it, left and right, kids and adults. It was a game that was kind of released for free, even though, you know, they had upgrades inside the game you could buy. But it looked like it accounted for more than 125 million players worldwide. It has its company Epic Games, which is valued at over $15 billion. So big company, 125 million players worldwide. Again, if you only get 3% of those players to visit this store, and even 3% of those people who visit the store to actually buy something using Monero, then you're already doing the Lord's work here in the cryptocurrency space. So it's pretty cool to see that. Here's the Fortnite store. Actually, you can see it. They basically just have basic Fortnite shirts. I guess some of the characters in the game. Cool little game, but when you buy it now, as they said, it looks like you can use Monero. So let's just check it out, see what happens if I click on it. I haven't actually tried it myself. Throw a small on there. Add to cart. All right. Check out Google. I see Google Pay, PayPal. Let's look for the Monero. How are we going to do this? But the person, the actual group who's holding Retail Row, they actually support global crypto payments service through KRBE, which does a lot of crypto payments. They allow retailers to accept Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ripple. Although, as I said, Monero will be the only one used by the store. So let's see if we can find it. I'm not seeing it yet. You may have to, if it's anything like ours, you may have to go to like a separate portal to see it. But you all can check that out for any of those Fortnite fans out there. It's a pretty cool thing because, again, just thinking about the age range for Fortnite users. I mean, again, I know a lot of parents and friends who have kids anywhere from 5 all the way to, 20-some years old. I've seen people playing Fortnite. So 125 million people in that age range already learning about crypto and seeing crypto in front of their face. Another 5 or 10 years from now, they'll be much more accustomed to it and comfortable with using it rather than a lot of the people right now that are in government making the rules. Shannon Allen said it has to be stupid proof. One of the keys we have to work on, making it easy and people are safe as well to maintain their privacy. For sure. All right, Iran declares Telegram crypto aspirations as an act against national security. We thought the United States would be the first one to do it, but Iran said it wanted to take the charge on this. The Iranian government has taken further steps against Telegram's cryptocurrency development. The Tehran Times reported December 31st. It looks like the Secretary of the Criminal Content Definition Task Force, wow, criminal content, Definition Task Force, Javad Javidina, I think that's how you pronounce it, has declared that any cooperation with the encrypted messaging app to launch its Graham token will be considered an act against national security and a disruption to the national economy. Wow. Doesn't sound like they're playing any games there. He's quoted as saying one of the most important factors in banning Telegram was a sense of serious economic threat from its activities, which was unfortunately marginalized and neglected due to the fuss in the political atmosphere of the country. So, of course, they're saying that if Telegram launches and they use their own coin or their own token, they basically believe it can crash your whole economy. My response to that is maybe your economy needs to be crashed. I think a lot of economies around the world need to be audited, and possibly that could lead to a crash. But it's like the Phoenix Rising. You know, it's got to burn first, and something beautiful comes right after that. So it might not be such a bad thing, but of course the government powers aren't going to let that just allow that to just freely happen. It looks like prior to this ban already, Iranian officials criticized the app, stating that its initial coin offering was potentially undermining, again, the national currency of Iran. And I remember a couple more times they threw in a little bit of terrorism talk as well, that it might be used to fund that. So it's clear Iran does not like Telegram, just like Russia doesn't like it. They're not fans of it either. But again, they were actually on our nomination list for winning one of the awards for being one of the crypto warriors in general, for them keeping that good fight up. I think it was a crypto warrior. It might have been, let's see. Yeah, it was one of the crypto awards we have, but they were in there because, of course, Telegram's already been fighting back against Russia, and it sounds like they're gonna have to fight back against Iran as well. So their 2019 is getting off to a fun start, to say the least. But we have to find it on there. It's somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's actually at the top. Crypto War of the Year. Yep, it came in second place, close second. All right. State senator reports to jail pending verdict in cryptocurrency fraud case. That is right. You know what? Let me say that again slower. State senator reports to jail pending verdict in cryptocurrency fraud case. You heard that right. A Georgia state senator has reported to jail over allegedly lying about the theft of cryptocurrency mining equipment worth $300,000, the Guardian reported December 27th. Now, again, Guardian, you know, is not the best place for the most accurate news source, but it looks like this may be true. Republican Michael Williams, who originally reported the alleged theft in May, made a false police report and gave a false statement, court documents claim. Who would have thought a politician, a government employee, is lying, right? Williams has said servers with a value of $300,000, which have been used to mine unnamed cryptocurrencies, had disappeared from his office premises. Local daily news outlet Atlanta Journal-Constitution have reported December 20th. And prosecutors basically came in and said it doesn't look like the theft even took place, so they indicted him on a grand jury of 3 counts of he subsequently handed himself into custody, this article says. So they didn't finish going through the evidence, but it looks like he kind of already knew the writing was on the wall. He didn't want to play hardball. I'm sure he's seen what could happen if you fight back and you lose, so he decided to turn himself in for now. But it's one of those stories we definitely want to highlight because, again, everybody, when I say everybody, the mainstream, those Wall Street Journal readers, the first thing they say whenever you give them an alternate path as far as, you know, the economy, hey, let's use cryptocurrency, use decentralization. Well, it's against the law to do this, or the regulators are saying this, or it's being criminal for this. Scammers are using it, all this negative stuff. And it's like, you know, how many stories now have we seen where a regulator or a politician or somebody who's working, you know, for the federal department or whatever has done something wrong? We saw it with the Secret Service already. We've seen now state senators. I forgot. We've seen the attorney general, right? When, you know, being accused of possible sexual assaults or whatever. But there's all these people doing things wrong in and around the space, yet they're the people actually in power making the laws and decisions for everyone in this space. So very contradictory to see this, but it's also why we like to highlight it, just to remind people that they are not immune to, unfortunately, the darker side of our human nature. So hopefully State Senator Michael Williams will get it together, and if he did do it, let's set an example, right? That's what we're all about. Let's set this example. All right, hit BTC account freezes in spotlight as Tracy Mayer and John McAfee claim foul play. For those who may have heard, cryptocurrency exchange hit BTC has yet responded to accusations it deliberately froze account withdrawal January 1st, days prior to entrepreneur Tracy Mayer's Proof of Keys event. For those who don't know, the Proof of Keys event is supposed to be tomorrow. It's going to start late tonight, early in the morning for some of our folks on the Far East. But that's basically withdrawing all of your cryptocurrency from all of the exchanges at once to see if they actually have the money to do it. And now it looks like they're calling out Hit BTC for not having the money to do it, possibly, since they're freezing accounts. And again, we saw this, we have a category for the awards. We have the hack of the year. And that happened one of the hacks. I can't remember which one, so I don't want to say the wrong hack. But they basically froze a lot of people's accounts and then all of a sudden got hacked a week later. And then, you know, everybody was claiming foul play. They're like, look, you know, when people try to withdraw because they figured something was up, you want to allow them. Then you're saying you just got hacked for everything all at once. To me, this is reminding me of that same hack because they know what's happening January 3rd. If everyone decided to pull their money out of places like Hit BTC and they didn't have it, that is literally the end of your business. So for all these businesses that became unicorns and multi-million, multi-billion-dollar businesses and all this fake volume we warn you about and we tell you about, Poloniex, for example, when Circle bought them, we're like, hey, they're buying a bag. Like, nobody's using it anymore. I think this is a perfect example of that. So 24 hours, we'll know what happens, right? I think this is going to be an exciting story because if people weren't going to try to pull their money from Hit BTC, for example, now they're definitely going to do it. And we're going to see if, A, if they're going to be allowed to do it, you know, if they can actually do it. And then B, if they are allowed to do it, will Hit BTC have the money? So I think this is a pretty interesting article here. And yeah, Tracy Mayer, again, he tweeted, has Hit BTC failed proof of keys already? He put on Twitter. So we should watch. Everybody's saying beware. Don't sign up, withdraw your funds ASAP. Looks like a couple other people got called out for calling out Hit BTC as a corrupt company. So this might be the end of them. We shall see very soon. It might be an end for a few exchanges if people do it across the board, even though I doubt it happens. But it's going to be pretty interesting to see. I think if it does happen also, it's going to mess up some of the futures if we see a strong dip in the next 24 hours. So let's see. Let's check out some of these comments. John Sieber said, I'm getting, oh, I don't know what's Fortnite. It's a video game. It's a video game you can play on all consoles. I believe you could download it for free, which is why it grew in popularity. Yeah. Sergeant Crypto said Telegram was a private ICO, so can that even affect their economy? And talks about Iran. I think they were worried because Telegram wanted to create their own token as well. So they were thinking of Telegram flourishing in their region with their own token, then it could be the end of their economy. Of course, it's just a cop-out for them to maintain control, though. Let's see who else we have. Is it Trace? Trace. I think he pronounces it Tracy, does he not? Does he pronounce it Trace Mayer? That's my fault if he does. I actually like a lot of his talk, so I definitely don't want to mispronounce his name. CryptoQ said Bitfinex. I know, right? If people pull out from Bitfinex, that should be pretty funny as well. Sergeant Crypto said got most of the cryptos off already. The rehypothecation is real out here. Yes, it is. Again, I think this is probably going to be one of the most interesting stories of the week since they've already frozen accounts. We've called out exchanges for this. Like I said, we've used Bittrex in the past. They did the exact same thing in 2017 in the middle of the year and then toward the end of the year. Once the two big pumps happened, especially at the end, I mean, they literally went from you can withdraw whatever your account was, you know, possibly it was like, say, 4 or 5 or 6 Bitcoin. They brought it down to like 0.2 at a time, which was nothing. So we've seen places do this and they get away with it because like Bittrex, literally the same time they did it, they went back into their terms of service and changed it like that night about withdrawal limits and how they can do everything. So it's like if you didn't screenshot it, then they already have swapped it out. So this is what some of these companies do. This is what some of these exchanges do, again, which is why we want to get people away from them. Use them to onboard your money, but again, with places, with wallets like Exodus, with wallets like BRD, even wallets like Jax, even though they're more expensive, you can just do cross-atomic swaps. You don't need to exchange 24/7. So something to think about. Other than that, make sure you all have a happy hump day. And hold on, real quick. Look at these comments. S1 Dub says stop using hit BTC a year ago. Fees are ridiculous. Yes, exactly. But yeah, so make sure you all have a happy hump day. Again, check out that award category, the 2018 Gentlemen of the Crypto Awards. As you can see, it's a pretty long list. We had 18 different categories. We try to keep it light, as that's all you can do in this community right now. But there's some good stuff on there. You got CZ in his little Christmas hat too, just to bring in the new year for you. Other than that, people have a happy Wednesday. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully Bitcoin Zay can join us. And of course, we'll be throwing out some more cryptic coin then. In fact, for the free cryptic coin today, let us know who we missed out for some of the votes or for one of the awards. We saw some people already telling us. Somebody said Justin Sun should have been on there, and a couple other people. So let us know who we missed out on and why. Quick couple of sentences, and we will give the winner some free cryptic coin tomorrow. Until then, cheers and have a happy hump day, folks.